guys, welcome back to my channel. Can you believe I'm already 5 months along with this pregnancy? I'm like kind of shocked by that. I feel like this last month just flew. Initially, like early on in my pregnancy, I kept thinking, oh my gosh, this is gonna go on forever, and now it just seems to be kind of flying by. So I don't know. I'm halfway done now with pregnancy. Like that alone just kind of freaks me out. If any of you, by the way, before I get into this video, if any of you have done hypno babies or like the hypnobirthing stuff, please let me know like what you thought of it. And I don't know, just if you have any advice on that at all, I would really appreciate it, because that is something that I'm looking into and something that my midwife recommended. Let's get right into this 5-month update. As I said before, I'm halfway done now, 20 weeks. I'm actually 20 weeks tomorrow, but I think that this is close enough. The baby is the size of a banana. They always use like the fruits to describe it. I gotta be really careful not to use a pronoun. It's 6.5 inches from head to rump. That's what they say. So that's not including arms and legs. As far as my symptoms, okay, so one thing that I was expecting with pregnancy that I've heard a lot of women say is like that their emotions were a total roller coaster and completely just up and down and all around. And I haven't experienced that. I feel like my emotions have been pretty steady, but then I'll have moments. The best example of that I could think of, if you follow me on Twitter, you saw where I already told the story on there, but we live in an old house and our doors don't lock, like our bathroom doors or anything, and I had just gone outside, so I didn't know that Wes was in the bathroom. And so I just went in there and opened the door and he was using the bathroom. And so it scared both of us, you know, because I didn't know he was in there and he didn't expect to be like busted in on. And so we both like jumped and Wes kind of like yelled, like he was like, ah. It scared me and I started crying. And it was just the most like out of body experience. I was just, and I consciously was like, why am I crying? Why can't, and I couldn't stop crying. And Wes felt horrible. He was like, I'm so sorry. Like, and I was like, oh, you don't need to apologize. You didn't do anything wrong. That was probably the best example I could have of like weird pregnancy mood swings, because why would you startle yourself and then cry? It just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I think along those same lines, I've noticed that I'm jumpier during pregnancy than I used to be, so maybe that contributed. Just like loud noises, or if Chester hears something outside and barks really loud, it freaks me out. Like I jump so much. The most exciting thing that happened this past month is I started feeling the baby move. It's just like the most weirdly wonderful feeling you can have. And it started really early for me. So I read that most women feel the baby move between week 16 and like 22. And they said if it's your first baby, it'll probably be closer to like 20 or 22 weeks. But I started feeling the baby move in like week 16, which is super early. And I started feeling these little, you know, kind of bubbly feelings, but I didn't know for sure at that point if I was feeling the baby or just another, like, you know, there's a lot of just digestive feelings that you have. But as it kept happening, I started noticing like a pattern, and I was like, oh, this is for sure what it is, you know. And ever since then, I feel the baby move a lot. The baby seems to be super active, and in fact at our last doctor's appointment, we didn't get an ultrasound, but they just did the Doppler. And she said when she was looking for the heartbeat, like she would hear the heartbeat and then it would go away because the baby would just like wiggle around so much. And she was like, oh, this is an active baby. I notice it more when I like sit down on the couch in the kind of late afternoon, early evening or whatever, or just if I'm being really still. I feel like that's when I can feel it more. And I've heard that that's because, or I might have read this, that when you're up and moving around during the day, that's like a comforting feeling to the baby, and that kind of lulls them to sleep. Plus you're up and doing other things, so you're not really focused on it. So anyway, that's been really, really cool. It's not, the kicking isn't strong enough yet that like Wes can feel it on the outside. I'm not really sure when that starts to happen, but okay. So the next thing I want to talk about is sleep. I started realizing that my energy levels were still pretty low, and everything that I've read about the second trimester would say, oh, the second trimester is the honeymoon phase. Like you should be feeling on top of the world and super energized. And I was like, I'm not, I'm tired still all the time. I would read like, oh, make sure you're getting enough sleep. And I would just think, well, that's clearly not what it is because I'm getting like a full 8 hours. But then finally I read one day, oh no, when you're pregnant, you need like 9 to 10 hours of sleep. And so I was like, oh, that could be why, because you know, I was just getting 8 hours and thinking that I was getting like a good night's sleep, but apparently you need a couple of hours more when you're pregnant. So since I learned that, I've just been trying to go to bed earlier, just making sure that I get enough rest, because if I don't, the next day I will just be dragging and I'll end up like falling asleep or needing to take a nap. And like taking naps, like it's fine, but it just kind of makes you feel bad about yourself, or me anyway. I just start to feel like I'm being so lazy, you know? So along those same lines, like I just feel like my energy levels are very up and down because it's very dependent on the sleep that I get. And sometimes even though I'm going to bed earlier, I still am not getting like quality sleep because I keep getting this back pain, which I'll get into that later. It seems like it's almost every other day. Like today I'm really energized and I'm getting a lot of stuff done, but yesterday I had zero energy and zero motivation. You guys will have to let me know if any of you experience that, but for me, my moods are pretty consistent, but my energy is like a roller coaster, just very up and down. As I mentioned a second ago, I've been having kind of like back pain issues. And I think I might have mentioned this in my last pregnancy update, but I twist in the middle of the night. I think I did mention this. I always used to either sleep on my stomach or my back, never on my side. Well, during pregnancy, you're only allowed to sleep on your side. So I tried really hard to sleep on my side, but I twist in the middle of the night and I'm not conscious of it. But when I wake up, a lot of times I'll wake up at like 4 in the morning and I cannot get back to sleep because no matter what I do, no matter what position I move into, my back is killing me. And so I'm really trying to not move in the middle of the night, but it's just hard because I'm asleep. Like it's hard to control that. I do have the snoogle, which I mentioned in my last video, and that does help, but I don't know, I still do that weird twist thing. So if any of you have any advice on that, please let me know, because I mean, the bump's only gonna keep getting bigger and I would think the back pain's probably gonna get worse. So I need to get this like sleep thing under control. Plus, when that happens, those are the nights when I don't get like quality sleep, and so then the next day I'm dragging. Another symptom that I've been getting more of is the round ligament pain. It seems like it's definitely more related to when I'm up and on my feet, or if I get up too fast, like change position too fast, that's when I'll get it. But it's kind of just like these sharp pains, and sometimes they're just on one side, sometimes they're more kind of in the middle, but they're very like, they get your attention. For me, they usually go away if I just like sit down and put my feet up. I've also noticed that lately I'm getting more winded and tired easier than I used to. Like I'll just go up and down the steps once and I'll be like, whew, I gotta catch my breath. As far as weight gain, I've gained 11 to 12 pounds total now, which I think in my last update I said I had gained 10 pounds, so I really only gained a pound or two this past month. I finally found, because I've mentioned in my other updates, I don't know if I'm on track with weight gain or whatever, I finally found a pregnancy weight gain tracker on my Baby Center app. If you're interested in this, you can just Google like Baby Center pregnancy weight gain tracker. And you just put in your height, your pre-pregnancy weight, your current weight, how far along you are, and it'll tell you if you're in the healthy range, which it says that I am, so that's good. From what I've like read and stuff, it just seems like weight gain is, you'll have some weeks where you gain more and some weeks where you don't gain any. So it kind of just fluctuates, and I feel like that's what has been happening for me. When I weighed myself this morning, it said I had gained 11.5 pounds, but it fluctuates, and I really don't pay too much attention to it. I don't weigh myself every morning. I just weigh myself every so often. I certainly don't count calories or anything like that. I just eat like I always ate pretty much, but I eat a little more than I used to. So far, like that seems to be working for me, and my weight gain seems to be on track. So that's what I'm gonna just try to keep doing for the rest of the pregnancy. I don't care about like as far as vanity stuff goes, but I wanna have a healthy pregnancy and a healthy baby and take care of myself so that you know, like just to reduce the risk of complications. That's what I'm most concerned about. At my last doctor's appointment, it was kind of scary because they took my blood pressure and it was high. It was like 140 over something. 140 is usually where they consider that like high blood pressure. I do get nervous at doctor's appointments and doctor's offices and things like that. And I thought we were about to get an ultrasound that day, which always makes me kind of nervous, which we didn't end up getting one, but plus I was at a different office than usual. So there were kind of a lot of things. So they took it again before I left the appointment and it had dropped down to 134 over something, which is still not great, but they said, well, that pretty much shows that it could have just been like nerves contributing to it. So they're gonna keep an eye on that. But I also went ahead and bought a blood pressure monitor on Amazon. And so I've been taking it every so often and it's been totally fine. Like I took it this morning and it was 111, like over 70, I think, something like that. It's been in the normal range every time I've taken it at home. So I really think that was mostly nerves. I'm hoping that that's the case and that it doesn't become like something that I need to worry about. My next ultrasound is this coming Tuesday. So I'm sure they'll check all of that. And then I'm pretty sure we'll also have a pretty extensive ultrasound. I think they do a pretty extensive one at the 20-week appointment. I thought about waiting to do this video until after that, but I decided I just go ahead and do it. And then whenever I update you guys on the gender, I'll talk about anything like that's worth mentioning from that appointment. And then the last thing is baby buys. I feel like we bought a lot this month. We've been working on the nursery, which I'm so excited to show you guys. So we bought a dresser and a rocking chair and like some other random stuff, shelves for the walls and stuff. Someone had given us a gift card for Christmas to Babies R Us. And so I went and got a boppy. What else? We got a baby bath that goes like in the sink, which is cute. We got lots of clothes from Wes's family for Christmas. So yeah, I'll definitely have to do a haul video at some point and show you guys some of the cute stuff we've gotten, but I wanna wait obviously because most of it is pretty gender specific, so I don't wanna give it away. And then today I ordered maternity clothes, like just earlier today online. Putting together an outfit in the morning is so ridiculous. Right now I'm just wearing like sweatpants on the bottom and then like a nice shirt on top for this video, which is kind of stereotypical YouTuber thing to do. But it's just because my jeans fit, but they have to be like almost completely undone. Plus jeans are just not comfortable. So my only like bottoms that I can wear are leggings, and I only have one pair and they're right now in the laundry. So it's like either leggings or sweats are pretty much all that I can wear. And I'm looking forward to when it gets a little warmer and I can wear dresses, because I know that would be so much more comfortable. I went online and ordered like some more leggings and one pair of maternity jeans and just like a few other things. So I want to do a maternity clothes haul soon. So I think all that's left is to show you the bump. Hope you guys enjoyed this little update, and I will be back soon with more updates. My next update will most likely be the gender announcement. So if you haven't seen my last video, be sure to go and let me know if you think it's a boy or a girl based on the Wise Tales, because I'm giving away a little Amazon gift card over there, so that's kind of fun. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!